Good morning.
Good morning.
Hello, and I'm Lawrence from the Australian Trade Logistics Corporation, and today we're kindly joined by the Trade Commissioner and Director General of KOTRA, the Korea Trade Promotion Investment Agency. So, Mr. Byeon, thank you for joining us.
Yes, thank you for inviting me.
Great.
Yeah, yes.
So, just for the purpose of our members and the audience, how would you best describe the services or the core services of KOTRA?
Yes, KOTRA, it is the Korea Trade and Investment Promotion Agency. It's the only government body who promote business between two countries. So we involved in a lot of projects here in Australia. Also, not only just in Australia, we have around 128 offices over the world.
Right.
Yes, in Australia we have 2 offices in Sydney and Melbourne.
Great.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's very similar to our Austrade.
Yeah, right.
So
yeah, right.
effectively,
Yeah,
a similar type of organisation.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Great. Okay. And who would be a typical type of Australian business? What would be an ideal candidate here in Australia for KOTRA? Is there a specific size, industry type, or who are you able to help best here in Australian companies?
Yes, we don't have any some specific guidelines for size or types of business, but any company who wants to have some business relation between with the Korean companies, especially we are supporting Korean SMEs.
Right.
So in a lot of industries. So any company who wants to have those kind of business relationships with Korean SMEs, we're gonna very happy to help them.
Fantastic.
Yes.
Great. Well, I know that Korea is definitely an interesting market for many Australian SMEs, many Australian exporters.
Yeah, right.
But also on the inbound side, I think there's great opportunity for potential joint venture partnerships and bilateral investment and so forth.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
As you know, Korea is quite invest a lot of the monies in the internet or some kind of fourth generation, some kind of revolution.
Yeah.
So I think there are a lot of parts and areas we can cooperate together.
Fantastic.
Yeah, right.
Great. So, in your time here, how long have you been here with KOTRA in Melbourne?
Yes, I'm just here around 1 year.
Yeah?
Yes,
Yeah.
I moved here last year at this time.
Yeah.
Yes, it's been just 1 year.
Great. And how have you found the Australian weather? Yeah, the last week was quite hot.
Yes, but it is very chilly in Korea, so I think I'm very lucky to be here.
Right.
Yes, in Australia.
Fantastic.
Australian weather is very good for me.
Yeah.
And especially people.
Yeah.
Australian people very kind and very generous.
Great.
So yes, very good people.
Oh, thank you. So, I wanted to ask Mr. Byeon, so with the key industries, in your observations, what do you feel, or which industries do you feel would be really ideal candidates to do some business with Korea?
Yes, until now, the main products of Korean export to Australia is some kind of passenger cars. Yep. Or some electronics like TVs or some Samsung smartphone like that, or some petroleum. It is, I think, a very heavy industry. I think. Also, the products of the import from Australia to Korea is some food. Yeah, some kind of that. So I think some new industry cooperate together is kind of biotech. Or some kind of some innovative technology, like some IoT, some more internet-based, some kind of these technologies. Yeah, we can go together.
Yeah, I love that. I think with Korea's innovative ideas and the great technology that comes out of Korea. When you combine that with Australian businesses like agribusiness and farming and so forth, as well as our food and bev sectors. I think there's some great opportunities to collaborate.
I think Australia can provide some new business chance to Korean companies who has those technologies or some kind of business model. But Australia is quite a worldwide proven test bed. So Korean companies come here and make some new business model and go another countries like China and America with this business model.
Yeah. Well, as a population, we take up technology very quickly, and we are very receptive to new ideas and new innovations.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right.
Yeah. Well, you probably, I was going to ask that question, is that what is the perception in Korea of Australian businesses? Are they welcomed well? Are we regarded as good to do business with in Korea?
Actually, Korean people are like Australian very much.
Yeah.
There are some very famous Australian people in Korea, like Sam Hamilton. I don't know you are aware of him.
No, I'm not.
Yes, also in Korea, in the market, we can easily find some Australian beef, Australian wine. Yes, so until right now, the image of Australia to Korean is kind of very clean country, also very happy, very experienced, advanced technology in finance, like that. So that's we have to perceive, we kind of did these images for Australia.
Great.
Yes.
Yeah. No, I think that's we're very proud of the clean, green Australian capability that we have, and I think that many Australian companies, especially SMEs, probably may not be aware that there's agencies such as KOTRA who are able to help them, and even from just really trying to help with guidance and advisory and investment, both bilateral investment.
That's why we have to be here. Yes, to promote some those image or some kind of awareness of the Korea and Korean companies, Korean products. There is a lot of good products, except those Samsung or LGs.
Yeah, that's right. They're the most common ones. But as you say, there's so many, thousands upon thousands of great products coming out of Korea.
Yeah, right.
And I think that Australia now, for all of our businesses, no matter the size, we have to tap into global supply chains. And even if it's not finished products, we might be able to collaborate with other R&D, other technology sharing. So there's really great opportunity for Australian smart companies.
You are right. So I found some those business chance here in Melbourne. Melbourne is very famous for biotech. Yes, also there are a lot of the good companies in finance. Also, Melbourne has some kind of carsales.com, realestate.com, those kind of online business, very successful here. So those areas we can cooperate together. Yes.
Well, even in the automotive sector, I feel that obviously as a big export, as you know, with Korean cars coming into Australia. But
Hyundai.
Yeah, that's right. So we've had, in the past, Australia's had a strong automotive industry, and there's the companies who provide products into those supply chains probably still exist, and they still have great R&D, great technology that maybe they could consider tapping into those offshore opportunities as well.
Yeah, right. And not only some conventional passenger cars, we have some kind of electronic cars. So so new type of vehicle using some renewable energy. That is the area we can cooperate with each other.
I think that's an exciting area.
Yeah, right.
And can I ask, Mr. Byeon, what's the ideal consumer profile, or the reason? What I'm trying to ask is, in Korea, as a market, are there a lot of young emerging middle class? Is there an aging population? How would you best describe the core consumers sectors?
Yes, Korea. Even though Korea has some over 1,000 years of the history. But right now the majority of the some kind of the consuming ages is the kind of the under 30. The younger generation. They are grown in the environment of the internet and smartphones. As you know, Korea is very well developed in those areas. So they very technology equipped people. So if the Australian company who wants to have a business in Korea, they have to look this kind of the new generation as a consumer product as consumer.
And what about areas outside of the core business products, with that type of demographic, with the under 30 type of consumer, things like, let's say beers or events or other products that may be more socially received there. So I know that there's a great take up of beer in Korea, and Australian craft beer is very good.
Yeah, after I arrived here, I tasted a lot of the Australian wonderful beer. Yeah, in each area, in each city, they have
very
some
different,
yes, very wonderful beer. So I think also Korean is a little bit behind the trend. So they just have this factory manufactured beer, but more and more people they enjoying craft beer right now. Fantastic. So Korea has a wonderful market for this.
I think that's great. I think in your experience here again with KOTRA, do you feel that Australian businesses are aware of how much opportunity there is between the two countries, or do you think that, I mean, obviously that's your role as KOTRA is to promote those opportunities, and that's why the purpose of the interview is to help to do that and put that out to Australian companies through the Australian Trade Logistics Corporation?
I'm afraid it's not enough. Yes, still, I met a lot of the Australian entrepreneurs. They are still thinking Korea is the some kind of the barrier, some dangerous situation with North Korea, some kind of this situation. So they still very considering the possibilities of investment to Korea, but they still worrying about those some kind of barrier, some
political risk.
Political, and also Korea is quite the labor-oriented some kind of society, so they are worrying about those facts. But the Korea is very well sounding economy right now. So I think Australian companies, they understand Korean companies very well. They have to be understand Korea first and very well.
I think it's important to understand how Koreans like to do business, how the cultural impacts are there. And I think there's great opportunities for us to do that and really take Australian companies into Korea, and likewise maybe bring Korean companies out.
We welcome more and more Australian companies to come Korea. As I said before, Australia is recognized as country of the where some developed in the some finance or experienced country, also very clean country. So using those kind of good images, can people, companies can use this kind of new business chance.
Fantastic. Well, we're very proud to be helping to promote that message across to Australian companies, and we'll definitely do our best to make sure that we collaborate in the future as well with all the opportunities across Australian
That's a good idea,
So just finally as well, Mr. Byeon, from what are the things that you enjoy about Australia personally? Do you follow, I know you're in Melbourne, do you follow the football or sport? What are your favourite things about Australia?
I like very football very much. But my kids, I have 3 kids. They in the school they're talking about the Australian football every day.
AFL,
so Collingwood, Magpie is they're talking every day in the home. So maybe they like Australian football more than me. But as you know, I might know the Korean baseball team. Geelong, Korea. They have base in Geelong. They are participating in Australian League right now.
Fantastic.
Yes, that's the great development between two countries.
Well, sport's been a great way of countries to relate with Australia, and companies for that matter. And Australians are very passionate about sport. It's a great way to bridge those cultures together.
You are opening AO in the next week. So I hope the Jonghyun, who is the semi-qualifier of last year. So I hope he can do very well.
Progress well.
In this season.
Fantastic.
Yes.
Well, thank you so much, Mr. Byeon. I really appreciate taking the time.
Thank you.
I'm sure our members and our audience will really appreciate all the insight that you can provide through KOTRA.
Yeah.
So thank you again, Mr. Byeon, the Trade Commissioner and Director General for KOTRA here in Melbourne. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you very much.